Very briefly then, it is time for Over a Cuppa. Do you know, I have walked a long way this week. I've had 2 weeks off, and if you remember 2 weeks ago I discovered that I had re-lost the weight that I'd lost and then gained the week previously. And then I had a week that had my birthday in. I spent lots of money, ate lots of shit, and went to weigh in to discover that the scales were broken. So I had another week, and in the second week I decided, look, to combat the terrible shit that I'd been eating the week before, I would do a lot of walking. And when I mean a lot of walking, I mean probably around 10 miles over the 3 days that I sort of did a lot of walking. Finally, I went to get weighed again today, and I've discovered that I have held weight. So I am at the same weight I was just when I started my holidays, which was when I re-lost the weight that I'd lost and then gained the week before. So all things being equal, I think it's balanced itself out. Now the holidays are coming to a close, I don't need to worry too much about overspending or overeating because it's back to normal. I promise myself when I go into these holidays that I'm not going to spend a lot, that I'm not going to eat badly, and it doesn't matter. It just doesn't work. You always spend more and eat more than you do when you're working, because you cannot spend when you're working and you cannot eat when you're working except at set times. So anyway, we're back to normality now, and I have yet another cup of tea to enjoy. Now we are working our way through my set of Twinings fruit teas. This one is a green packet. It's mandarin and lychee. Now I have to say that the packets, we've already discovered, do not have any indication of what colour the tea is. This tea, I don't actually know what colour this tea is, because unfortunately I've put it in a black cup, so it just looks black. But the tea bag, if I take the tea bag out there, look, slightly reddish perhaps. The smell, it's typical Twinings really, but it is verging on the sweet. There's something sort of sweeter in the scent than usual for these Twining teas, because a lot of them tend to smell they all smell the same, and the smell is not particularly nice necessarily, especially if it's citrusy, and this one does have citrus in it. This one has the mandarin, doesn't it? Anyway, don't really know a lot about lychees. When I tasted one, they don't taste of very much, so not quite sure what this is going to taste of, but I'm going to try it. That is very refreshing. That is really quite refreshing. It's very citrusy. It's very orangey, if that makes sense. You can really taste the orange in it. So it's funny because it's got quite a sweet smell, but the taste is very thirst quenching. It's very refreshing, very nice, this one. Out of the fruit teas that I've done in Twinings, this one is my favourite so far. I do like this one, and that's saying something, because the blackberry one, was it blackberry or whatever we tried a couple of weeks ago, was quite nice, but this is really nice. So they've redeemed themselves from the horrible one last week, which just smelled of what was it? I can't remember, but it smelled of some kind of spice, and I want to say cannabis, but it's not cannabis, it's cinnamon. They both look sort of like CI, don't they? But anyway, so yes, it was cinnamon. It had a very strong cinnamon taste, smell, but not much of a kick, which I had, been expecting. So that one's very nice, and that's it for Over a Cuppa this week.